All right, so Super It's 93.5 Red FM per. This is Shaayan on the Chumma show. I have got Nikhita Gandhi here with me. We have been trying to get this interview done for quite some time. Finally, today we could do it. Nikita, thank you so much for talking to us and thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
All right, super. Nikita ji, एक बात पहले तो let's talk about this that you have been doing. Yeah, you've been everywhere right now. 2021 and 2022, has it been just good for you, but better than even previous years? Would you say so?
Yeah, I think it's been pretty amazing. Every year has had its, its moments and its some spectacular releases. But I think it's probably getting more and more exciting each year because और अजूबा चीजें we get
Hmm.
करने का मौका मिल रहा है. Like I've been doing some pretty cool international collabs as well,
Right.
which started from like late last year and last year. So it's been pretty cool. Of course, Jugnu was a big highlight of last year, and इस साल भी काफी amazing गाने निकल रहे हैं. So yeah, I think every year has its blessings for sure.
All right. Had you've taken your music training from the A.R. Rahman School of Music. I think it's called KM Music back in Chennai. So uh, tell me something, for a girl coming from Kolkata, how did you take that leap कि मैं चेन्नई जाके पढ़ाई करूंगी म्यूजिक के बारे में? I'm really really serious about music.
Actually, let me just like rephrase the question with the right facts. That
Okay.
I've learned Hindustani growing up, bachpan se, and
Uh-huh.
I actually went to Chennai to study dentistry.
Oh.
And yeah, and while I was in dental school, I just wanted to keep doing music somehow because I was so used to doing music like
Mhm.
throughout my life, dance, music, and sports and stuff. So, so then I actually joined A.R. Rahman's school's part-time course because I didn't. It obviously like their full-time course clashed with my college hours, so I used to go there just to kind of like get away from study. But that's how like I came into that ecosystem.
Lovely. Let's talk a little bit about your first break. How did that happen, and what did you feel like? This, if you can describe that emotion.
2017 was when Rabta happened,
Uh huh.
and that was my first Bollywood song. Um, and I remember I was traveling. I was actually traveling on a bus from Bangalore to Chennai because
Hmm.
I had just done a recording with Raghu Dikshit, and the trailer of the song of the film Rapta released that day. So
Hmm.
and Raghu was like, and I was already doing a Hindi song with him, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna, I was gonna be the first person to launch you in Bollywood." But then we watched. He's like so sweet. We watched the trailer together in his studio, and he was like, "I'm so proud of you. This is gonna be big and this and that." And then I did his recording, and then I was taking a bus back from Bangalore to Chennai,
Hmm.
and in the bus, like people, like because Rapta obviously was a big film, Deepika was gonna feature in the song, and it's a trailer nikla tha. So, like um, I could hear like the song playing, like the trailer playing from different people's phones in the bus. So
Wow.
I can't like forget that moment because I was like sitting there like some anonymous whatever somebody in the bus, and I could hear my voice being played from people's phones. So that was the first time like something that huge happened to me. और मैं अकेले एक बस में जा रही थी, but it felt so cool. It felt amazing.
Okay. Jugnu, such a big hit, such a huge hit. How did that collaboration happen? I mean, we love, since we are a radio station, we love listening to the stories behind, such tracks.
Jugnu, of course, is I think one of the biggest phenomena that happened last year, like continuing into this year, and I mean, there's really not much of a story behind it except कि I was singing. I'd recorded Bad Boy Bad Girl with Badshah,
Hmm.
and उसी session में जब हम लोग final touches कर रहे थे गाने का, so he made me hear Jugnu, and he was like, I think I want you to sing a few lines in this as well, and he was like sitting there only and writing my lines, and then I dubbed Jugnu, and it was just like that's how it happened. And he warned me though. He was like, "This one's gonna be big. Just wait and watch." And yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Absolutely. in life as a person, आप अपनी strengths के बारे में क्या कहेंगे? What is your strength as a person? Because to be a successful Bollywood singer, apart from voice, apart from talent, you also need your, I just think Bollywood probably from an outsider's perspective and what we read has also got a lot of struggle, a lot of perseverance is required. So what is your strength as a person, would you say?
I think maybe I'm very like easygoing in the sense that I don't put too much pressure on myself or others. Okay, I do
Mhm,
put pressure when there's like because on the one end like I'm like a little bit of a perfectionist if it's my own thing. Like
mhm.
if it's something that I'm making, then I really like put like 1,000% into the process, whether it's making a song, making a video. So then maybe that's also a strength. That's also takes a toll sometimes on the person's like well-being because you're giving too much of yourself. Maybe it's a strength sometimes, but one thing is for sure, like I've been very open-minded when
Mhm.
it comes to collaborations, when it comes to opportunities, and maybe that's been in some way a strength because I'm not very like ये ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है and so that's probably made it more comfortable for people to work with me probably.
The more success you achieve, do you ever have that fear कि यार निकिता ये गाना ना अब हर गाना हिट होना चाहिए मेरा, मैं ऐसे if I'm trying to like निकिता you're trying to experiment with something new, तो आपको कभी ये डर रहता है कि अगर ये काम नहीं किया तो do you ever go through that fear as a performer?
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है like I don't put see so the pressure that I put on myself is
Hmm.
always the pressure to make something great, not the
Right.
pressure of results. That's always been my personality from bachpan. Like I've always been someone who will put a lot of effort and not care about the outcome. So that's been always like एग्जाम खत्म होते ही मैं भाग जाती थी घर, मुझे डिस्कस नहीं करना है किसने क्या लिखा है, कितना मिलेगा, कितना कौन सा गलत हो सकता है, गलत आना मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, मैंने अपना दिल से काम कर लिया और निपटा लिया बस. दैट्स ऑलवेज बीन माई थिंग.
Lovely. Let's talk a little bit about your international projects. What is coming up, down the pipeline in terms of international?
International, well, a song just dropped called Princesses Don't Cry, which is again a English mashup of an existing song by the artist Carries. I did something like this previously with Pink Sweats, which is like a very, very big record. And there's more, there's actually one more that's been shot, but we're like kind of waiting for things to align, which is also going to be a really cool release and a very big song, very big English song. So, I'm really enjoying this like little mashup Hindi English blend process because it kind of like blends the best of my two worlds. Like I love R&B and pop and all of that, and that's something that comes very naturally to me. And of course, Bollywood is something that I have been been doing in an industry that I've been singing in. So kind of combining the two worlds has been amazing. In fact, the next track that I'm dropping, which I co-wrote with one of my friends, Siddhant Bhosle, is also a English track that we wrote, like an original that we wrote, which is gonna release end of this month.
Lovely. As a singer, this is for all the budding singers out there who will watch the interview or who will hear this interview on radio. Do you keep restrictions on what you eat कि आपको अपने गले का ध्यान रखना, or are you somebody जिसको मतलब you're pretty chill with what you eat?
Yeah, I'm pretty chill with what I eat, but like I think my personal preferences align well with a singer. Like I don't really like spicy food. I love very bland food, so I think that just kind of my natural affinity to flavor like is like a
For
good
a
take.
for a Bengali, you saying you love bland food is a little surprising to me.
I mean, I do love bland food actually, but I think I'm more of like a pro flavor person than a pro spice person, and that's a very bong thing, I think.
There are so many singers right now in India, and so many singers are doing well. Previously, it used to be playback singing and everything. Now people on YouTube are getting really popular. Be very honest. Do you ever feel that sense of competition? I know you said you don't care about the results that much, but आपको कभी वो competition का sense feel होता है? कभी ऐसा लगता है कि you know maybe I should do better और अच्छे इसने ऐसा किया? कभी वो feel होता है आपको?
I think the pressure that does happen, not in terms of like there's no like competitiveness,
Hmm.
but sometimes it's a very like misdirected pressure because I feel like we're in a very pro Instagram, pro reels, like pro numbers in like world right now, which is like a pressure that I hate, but I can't ignore. You know, the fact that we have to compete with influencers, you know, sort of, which is something that is, you know, like sometimes people like even my management or like people around me be like, you need to put more content. I'm like, I'm not a content creator, that's not what I do, you know. So that little like crossover, because everybody is on social media, so somehow every, whether you're an actor or a singer or an influencer, you're all content creators, right? So that weird pressure of putting out content or of being social media friendly is something that really not even bothers me, but it's like, why is it
Mhm.
bothering me? But it's bothering me.
So I have to let you go, but before that, I would like to ask you, Ki, there are so many people who love to sing and who want to be singers. If there is anything that you would want to tell them in sort of an advice, या जो आपने सीखा है over the course, which you probably didn't know, like a 2015 or a 2017 Nikita didn't know, but the 2022 Nikita knows that. What would you tell them?
Yeah, but one thing that I've always maintained, and I feel I will continue to maintain, sometimes it's very easy to waver, is that, you know, it's so easy to, like, this is kind of stems from that whole social media conversation, that it's so easy to get caught up in what's trending and what's working and what, you know, what's gonna give you more traction, ye wo. But I think these are very momentary things, or agar, like, and this is to like all future artists of any kind, like, you know, if that's what your aim is, I mean, if your aim is, you know, like, and I'm assuming I'm speaking to people who care more about their art than about, you know,
Mm.
just being famous. But if your aim is to, you know, stand out, then the worst thing you can do is follow trends, you know. It's just, you just have to like put out what, like, literally what comes naturally to you, and you know, just, and it's so easy to put yourself out there now.
Absolutely. Well, that's a super advice, and that's not only true for singers. I think that's true for any form of people who are creating art, who are performing, and even for content creators for that matter. All right, super. Nikita Gandhi, thank you so much for chit chatting with us. We would love to have you in the studio next time here in Bangalore.
Done. Done. Thank
Super. Thank you so much.
you so much. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
For best entertainment, subscribe to Red FM Bengaluru page. For more updates, press the bell icon.